The scandal that is now even more scandalous. Anthony Weiner, wife by his side, just apologizing for sending out yet more explicit text messages and pictures. And these are even worse than the other ones. In fact, they're so bad we cannot show them to you. I know you guys are going to rush off to Google, wait for the show to be over. So is the New York mayoral hopeful toast? Let's ask conservative columnist Jedediah Bielas. He's joined by Julie Raczynski and Jessie Jane Duff. Jedediah.
Well, this is New York, you know, so you never do know. They still glorify Bill Clinton, and we all know that he was no prize. Do I think it will hurt him? Yes. Do I think it helped that his wife stood by him in the whole process? Absolutely. I mean, you know, I don't know exactly how this is going to play out, and I think it depends on what's coming next. When it comes to Anthony Weiner, we're always sitting back and waiting. What's the next thing that's going to happen? But I think he's a disgrace. He lied to us repeatedly. He lied to his wife. He lied to the American people on repeated occasions. And regardless of what you do, you know, in your own living room, if we can't trust you to tell us the truth about this, what can we trust you to tell us the truth about?
Julie, listen, you guys are dressed alike tonight. Simpatico. Maybe you're thinking alike tonight.
Yeah. Look, I agree with you that I think New York voters are very forgiving about personal foibles.
Yeah.
The question for New York voters has to be, and I'm one of them, is this something that you want constantly hounding your mayor, right? It distracts from the business at hand. So, you know, if you're looking,
well, it's more than a distraction, right? This has apparently happened after the other scandal broke, and he was contrite. He apologized.
Yeah,
I mean, something's wrong with this guy.
Yeah,
yes,
I agree. See, there are issues there that I don't even want to grasp or begin to think about, and
nor does his
wife, who I feel really, really sorry for, because she is home with a 1-year-old baby and is probably like, holy God, I can't really extricate myself, because
it's tough.
Horrible for her.
I would have loved to have seen her extricate herself and not stand beside him as Hillary once did.
You know, Jessie Jane,
or you know, a bunch of Republican wives have.
True, absolutely.
Jessie Jane, you know, New Yorkers are forgiving, Americans are forgiving, but none of us yet, I don't think, have seen these photos or these pictures that I understand are even more.
I saw a few of them. Unfortunately,
excuse me. I thought it was a little hot on the set, but I
checked out the merchandise.
Not in a good way. Not in a good way.
You know, the thing is that the people have to understand. When people show you who they are, believe them. He has shown us not who he is in pictures. He has shown us that he lacks complete credibility as a candidate and as somebody in office. He did this not only when he had to resign from Congress. This happened after the resignation from Congress. We have to recognize that he has rationalized this and tried to tell all the voters, but I told you there would be more. Don't rationalize this bad behavior, because that tells me you can't accept responsibility for it when you're telling us that, I warned you, but you did not tell us you were going to buy the woman a condo. You didn't tell us that she was 22 years old. You didn't tell us you were sending pictures of, well, we know his last name to her. Come on, this is absurd.
It is. And Jedediah, apparently this 22-year-old said that she thought they were in love. This went on for 6 months. And also, to Jessie Jane's point, he may be telling us who he is also in his new pseudonym, or his name in this case was Carlos Danger.
Yeah, you know, you have to give the guy credit for creativity, I suppose. But I mean, it's just astounding to me.
But it seems like he got that from a porno box. Like, I mean,
and maybe he did. I would not be surprised if he did. I can't believe you have so much disrespect for the voters. These are people who, what about the people who forgave you the first time around and said, you know what, I'm going to give him another shot? What about all the media outlets that ran stories glorifying him? He's going to be a changed man now. He cares about his wife and family. He's reprioritizing everything. I mean, people really, you have to look at it at this point and say, this guy has proven himself time and time again to be, you know, a disaster.
But Julie,
take him for what he is.
How can a politician respect voters if they don't respect themselves? I mean, if we keep voting in people like louses and from both sides of the aisle, but we have a habit. Yeah, on one hand, it's forgiveness, but on the other hand, it's like, I don't know if we buy into a celebrity cult culture, what the heck it is, but if we keep voting in these kind of guys, then why should they ever respect us?
Well, what's interesting is Anthony Weiner is leading in the polls right now, right, in the Democratic primary, or was until today. I don't know what's going on. And I will tell you why. And it is absolutely because people know his name. Why do they know his name? Not because of the great work he did in Congress, which he actually didn't do much of, but because of this whole celebrity culture. He was in People magazine. Why was he in People magazine? Because he had this whole scandal occur.
Right.
So, of course, I mean, if you're a celebrity right now, of either side of the aisle, if you're a celebrity, the odds of you becoming a congressman or a senator or anything else is much better than somebody who sticks their nose to the grindstone and actually does the work.
And, you know, we just put up all because they have been updated, and apparently Christy Quinn has taken a slight lead, and I bet you that lead's going to grow. Jessie Jane, what do you think, though? Does this speak to New Yorkers in general, voters in general, or just one egomaniacal maniac?
Well, he's obviously narcissistic, but people have to stop and think about it. It's not that he just lied to the voters. He lied to his wife. She was pregnant when he resigned from Congress, as we all must recall. This went on after he had apologized and said that he sought redemption, he has sought counseling, he has sought help. Then he went on and did it again. Obviously, the temptation is too deep for him to resist getting online and doing these inappropriate activities, sending pictures, having sexual conversations over the telephone, promising somebody that he would purchase a condominium. This is beyond just what he's done to the voters. How can you trust a man that would lie to his own wife to this great extent?
We are going to find out if New Yorkers can believe him or not. You guys were fantastic. By the way, audience.